Hi fans! Welcome to Rampako TV channel. Today I will discuss about loyal fans waiting for Lisa and Jungkook to reveal their relationship. The world of K-pop entertainment is once again rattled by one big question that has yet to find an answer. When will BLACKPINK's Lisa and BTS's Jungkook talk openly about their relationship? This is not just a celebrity issue, but rather a collective phenomenon that has captivated millions of global fans in silence, a tension that is maintained over time, transcending the boundaries of fandom and creating a space of speculation that is increasingly difficult to ignore. This question is not born of emptiness. It grew from a series of cryptic clues, moments caught on camera, to unexpected appearances at each other's concerts that continue to spark conversation in online communities. As the world watches every step of these two most influential K-pop icons, fans, rather than getting tired, are increasingly convinced something is more than a coincidence. Lisa and Jungkook aren't just names. They are a symbol of the global K-pop era that now no longer knows geographical boundaries. As Lisa soars with her achievements on the international stage and Jungkook goes further and further with his solo career, fans instead discover a knot that unites them beyond personal achievement, the possibility of an emotional connection between these two idols. This weight is not blind hysteria. It is shaped by the consistency of visual interaction, travel patterns, and even fashion choices that are often considered synchronous by netizens who never miss a single detail. But what makes it all the more disturbing is their silence. No clarification, no refutation, no confession. Precisely therein lies the strength of this narrative. The absence of answers is the fuel that revives curiosity. While Lisa performed in a very personal style at the Deadline concert and Jungkook was secretly rumored to be in the audience, fans didn't see it as a random encounter. They see a pattern. And the pattern is not just a figment of the imagination. Every camera move that accidentally catches a hidden gaze, every social media upload that coincides in time to their being in the same city without official notice, all add a knot to the increasingly tense rope of speculation. More than just a romance, Lisa and Jungkook's case reflects how the personal relationships of K-pop celebrities have become a collective project in digital culture. This weight is not just about a romantic relationship that has not yet been revealed, but about how the public constructs the meaning of the silence of two figures who are usually so open in artistic expression and identity. This phenomenon does not stand alone. Just look at how terms like Liskook or Kusa are quickly becoming organic trends across multiple platforms, complete with analysis of photos, videos, and even timelines done like journalistic investigations. This is not the work of ordinary fans, but rather a global community that collectively forms a kind of emotional archive about two beloved public figures. However, what keeps fans afloat amid this long silence? The answer may be deeper than mere curiosity. There's a growing sense of trust that Lisa and Jungkook will speak up when the time is right. This belief is reinforced by the way they maintain an attitude, do not play in sensational territory, and still maintain each other's personal integrity despite being under extreme spotlight. It is not impossible that they delay any form of recognition in order to maintain privacy or professionalism. In an industry as sensitive to personal issues as South Korea, a single statement can lead to a massive career shift. But precisely for this reason, fans see the decision to remain silent as a form of protection and self-control worthy of respect. However, this dynamic also gives birth to emotional dilemmas. On the one hand, fans want to keep the line between support and invasion of privacy. On the other hand, they feel like part of this journey, an emotional engagement that grows out of love and sincerity. Not a few of them have followed the journey of these two stars since the beginning of their careers, and now feel as if they are waiting for the climax of the story they have been following for so long. More than waiting for a confession, they are waiting for a moment of honesty. Because in today's fandom ecosystem, honesty is the most valuable currency. Not a few fans said we will continue to support, whatever the answer, as long as it comes from their own hearts. A statement that, ironically, became a kind of faithful declaration stronger than official promises. In this context, the question "when will they talk?" it becomes more complex. It not only targets when, but also how. Will the confession come through an official interview? Or will it be tucked away in song lyrics, in stage gestures, or in seemingly ordinary but meaningful Instagram posts? Or, perhaps, will there never be a confession at all? One thing is certain, the fans are never completely silent. They are present in long threads, in commentary full of analysis, in artwork and fanfiction, in concert cheers and in heartbeats when Lisa or Jungkook appear on screen. They structure expectations patiently, even as news after news passes without confirmation. Interestingly, Lisa and Jungkook's silence actually reinforces this narrative. In a fast-paced world, where clarifications often appear in minutes, both prefer not to give space to public insistence. And that's where the most powerful paradox occurs. Their calm raises the most waves. Are they waiting for a safer time? Are they preparing for something bigger? Or is it just nothing, and everything is just a collective illusion that grew out of the desire of fans to see their two idols together? These questions continue to hang, creating a tense and at the same time romantic atmosphere that cannot be explained by ordinary logic. But for fans, this weight is not a burden, but part of the process that forms true loyalty. They do not need recognition to love, and do not demand an answer to remain supportive. In an entertainment world full of dynamics and uncertainty, Lisa and Jungkook's story becomes a kind of emotional anchor. Behind the gleam of the stage and the glare of the camera, there is hope that grows slowly, but continues to burn. And although no one knows when they will speak, one thing is indisputable: the fans are ready to listen, whenever it comes. So, when are they gonna talk? Maybe not today, or this month. But the voices of the fans will continue to resonate, in undaunted patience, in meaningful silence. Because for them, love doesn't have to be announced to be real. And as long as Lisa and Jungkook walk under the spotlight of the world, fans will stay there, waiting, never tired. But amid the euphoria and expectation built collectively by fans, one crucial question arises that should not be ignored. Is all this really real, or is it just an engineering wrapped neatly by the dynamics of social media and the entertainment industry? This is not merely a rhetorical question, but rather an important foundation for distinguishing between fact and illusion in an increasingly complex digital information landscape. Keep in mind that a lot of the narrative about Lisa and Jungkook's relationship comes from short video pieces on TikTok, speculative uploads on Twitter, emotional reactions on YouTube, and viral fan theory compilations on various platforms. The question is, do we as viewers really see the truth, or just witness the result of editing that leads to perception? Are we judging based on reality, or is it precisely based on the collective desire to see these two great idols come together? If we are honest, very little of the information spread today can be objectively verified. Many are simply sourced from fan cameras, personal analysis, or assumptions developed through comments and retweets. Isn't this a warning so that we don't get caught up in the euphoria of information that is not necessarily valid? This is where reflection is important. Why do we believe in this narrative? Is it because of concrete evidence, or because we want to believe it? The K-pop industry itself is not free from structured and massive marketing practices. The emotional involvement of fans is often used to build high engagement. A disturbing question, then, is worth asking: is the narrative of Lisa and Jungkook's closeness a strategy deliberately allowed to evolve to maintain public attention? Is the media just exploiting fan sensitivity for the sake of scooping up clicks and impressions? It is possible that some of the content that fuels speculation comes from third parties who have hidden interests. In fact, it is possible that part of this silent love narrative is part of the sensationalism of the entertainment media. Therefore, we need to ask, who benefits from all this furor? Are Lisa and Jungkook themselves, Or is it precisely the media ecosystem that manages our emotions? So, we invite you as viewers and readers to pause and ask in your heart, do we really know the whole facts, or just the pieces that have been curated in such a way as to appear romantic and mysterious? Are we witnessing a true story, or are we being led into a collective illusion shaped by algorithms and market needs? We live in an age when reality can be constructed, and virality often replaces verification. Therefore, a skeptical and reflective attitude is very important. Don't be easily lulled by narrative packaging that looks convincing, especially if the source cannot be ascertained to be true. Question any information that comes in, examine the motives behind its dissemination, and feel free to look for different points of view. Do you really believe that Jungkook was present at Lisa's concert because of a hidden love? Or maybe just a professional coincidence between two great artists? Is a brief smile caught on camera evidence of emotional closeness, or is it just an exaggerated casual interaction? These questions are essential to maintaining our sanity in the midst of a sea of often biased and manipulative information. Again, we would like to emphasize that the information we convey mostly comes from social media such as TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, as well as several other sources of online entertainment. However, we recognize that the full truth of this issue is still uncertain. Therefore, we do not invite you to believe immediately, but to think more critically and reflectively. What do you think? Is all this just a mass illusion? Or is there really a love story that is waiting for its time to be announced to the public? We encourage you to comment, discuss, and share your perspectives. Not to reinforce gossip, but to expand understanding. Thank you for reading attentively. Stay alert, stay critical, and never stop questioning the truth.